Are we heading into an economic crash even bigger than the one in 2008? Patrick Bet-David, a leading voice in finance, warns that the signs are pointing towards a collapse of unprecedented scale. But what exactly does he see coming? And how can individuals and businesses prepare for what lies ahead? Patrick Bet-David, the founder of Valuetainment, is widely recognized for his influence in finance and business. Through Valuetainment, Bet-David has built a platform where millions tune in for insights on financial strategy, entrepreneurship, and economic trends. His ability to break down complex economic dynamics into clear, actionable insights has made him a trusted voice. Recently, he's been making waves with his bold prediction. He believes the global economy is on the brink of a collapse that could surpass the 2008 financial crisis in both scale and impact. To understand Bet-David's prediction, it helps to remember what made the 2008 crisis so catastrophic. In 2008, the financial world unraveled due to reckless lending practices, a bloated housing market, and banks heavily invested in risky mortgage-backed securities. The collapse of this system led to massive job losses, a surge in foreclosure, and an economic downturn that took years to recover from. Governments and central banks scrambled to inject capital, stabilizing markets and helping economies recover, but not without severe consequences for the people affected. So why does Bet-David think the current situation could be even worse? He sees a combination of factors creating what he calls a perfect storm for a financial collapse. One of the biggest issues, he argues, is excessive debt. Today, debt levels, whether in governments, corporations, or households, are at record highs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, governments worldwide injected trillions of dollars into economies to prevent collapse. While this spending was necessary to keep economies afloat, it also increased debt levels to unprecedented heights, creating a precarious situation. According to Bet-David, this debt load is like a stretched rubber band, one that could snap if it's pulled any tighter. Another major factor Bet-David points to is inflation. Following the pandemic, economies are facing some of the highest inflation rates in decades. The increased cost of essentials from housing to gas has strained consumers, eroding purchasing power and shifting spending away from non-essentials. Inflation, which has been exacerbated by supply chain disruptions and rising demand, forces central banks to hike interest rates to cool the economy. But raising rates makes debt more expensive, putting more pressure on those already stretched thin. This combination of high inflation and rising rates, Bet-David warns, is like adding fuel to a fire already burning hot. Bet-David also highlights the role of geopolitical tensions in the mix. Events such as trade wars, the Russian-Ukraine conflict, and shifts in global alliances have disrupted trade and created uncertainties in energy supplies. These tensions not only increase costs for businesses and consumers, but also heighten market volatility. Bet-David believes that all these factors combined are pushing the global economy towards a critical tipping point, one that could lead to a collapse larger than the 2008 crisis. What makes Bet-David's warnings particularly concerning is that he's not alone. Financial figures like Elon Musk and Jamie Dimon have echoed similar sentiments, with Musk famously stating it has been raining money on fools for far too long. Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, has also warned of a high possibility of a recession, citing the challenges central banks face in controlling inflation without triggering a deeper downturn. Veteran investor Carl Icahn has been even more blunt, suggesting that a reset may be overdue after years of low interest rates and easy credit. With so many influential voices sounding the alarm, Bet-David's message is hard to ignore. So if a crash of this magnitude is on the horizon, what steps can individuals and businesses take to prepare? Bet-David's advice for individuals begins with building a financial cushion. Having a strong cash reserve is essential during uncertain times, allowing flexibility to handle unexpected expenses or take advantage of opportunities that arise. He also recommends diversifying investments beyond just stocks, suggesting safe haven assets like gold or other precious metals, which have historically held value during economic downturns. For businesses, Bet-David advises a similar focus on conservative budgeting and cash management. He suggests cutting unnecessary expenses, streamlining operations, and focusing on core strengths to ensure resilience. Companies that are overextended or reliant on cheap credit may face the most challenges in a downturn. By conserving resources now, businesses can better navigate an unstable market and emerge in a stronger position. When might this crash hit? While Bet David doesn't claim to know the exact timing, he has suggested a time frame within the next 6 to 24 months. Timing economic crashes is always speculative, but Bet David points out that major economic shifts often come with warning signs well in advance. History shows us that crashes like the Great Depression in 1929 or the dot-com bubble in 2000 didn't happen overnight. Instead, they were preceded by signs of market instability, excessive valuations, or shifts in consumer behavior. But David believes similar signals are present today, suggesting the importance of paying attention and preparing early. As for where the crash might hit hardest, Bet David sees several vulnerable sectors. The housing market, for one, has seen rapid price increases over the last few years, fueled by low interest rates and high demand. If rates continue to rise, mortgage costs could become unsustainable for many, leading to a correction or even a sharp downturn in housing prices. The technology sector, which has enjoyed record valuations in recent years, could also face challenges as higher interest rates make funding more expensive and speculative investments harder to justify. And with globalization facing headwinds, trade-reliant industries might also feel the impact as supply chains remain disrupted and international relations remain intense. There are experts who both support and refute Bet David's prediction. Some, like Ray Dalio and Michael Burry, share similar concerns about excessive debt and economic bubble. Burry, known for predicting the 2008 crisis, has frequently warned of unsustainable market trends and inflated asset values. Meanwhile, other economists and figures in institutions like the Federal Reserve suggest that while risks are real, a complete collapse may be avoidable if corrective actions are taken in time. These different viewpoints show just how divided opinions are on the state of the global economy, making it clear that uncertainty is high. To spot the warning signs of an impending crash, Bet David and other experts suggest watching key indicators. A sustained drop in the stock market often signals that investors' confidence is waning. Rising unemployment rates can indicate that businesses are struggling, leading to layoffs and reduced consumer spending. High inflation rates, especially if they persist despite efforts to control them, suggest an overheated economy. Finally, corporate bankruptcies tend to increase as companies face financial strain, often foreshadowing broader economic problems. Keeping an eye on these signals can help people understand when a downturn might be coming. High interconnectivity mean that a collapse could spread faster and wider than in past crises. A common misconception about economic crashes is that they primarily affect stockholders or investors. But David emphasizes that everyone can feel the impact of a major crash, whether through job losses, inflation, or reduced economic stability. Another myth is that holding only cash is the best defense during a downturn. While cash provides short-term stability, Bet David advocates for diversification across different asset classes, such as real estate, bonds, and precious metals, to create a balanced portfolio that can weather economic shifts. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.